Today we're going to talk about equality, or what some people say, the state of being equal, one with another. But when have you known the European to want to be equal with you on anything, or even to give you the opportunity to be on an equal playing field with him at any time? In history, as far as I've known, it has not occurred. But I want to give you a little background on the concept of especially black folks wanting to be equal to white folks or Europeans. In 1890, a new Louisiana law required railroads to be separate but equal, to provide separate accommodations as long as they were equal for both white and colored races. Now, I want you to understand there's only one race, that's the human race. Outraged, the black community in New Orleans decided to test the rule on June 7, 1992. Homer PLESSY agreed to be arrested for refusing to move from a seat reserved for whites. Where is that man at today? What level of love that he had for his community and his people, he's willing to be arrested? Now, we're talking about back there when they were hanging people. We don't have that type of man anymore. It appears to be. This set the stage for the Supreme Court case of PLESSY versus Ferguson, asserting that racial segregation was constitutional as long as the facilities provided for both races were equal. There is no races. So this was a scam from the beginning. This set the stage for segregation in our nation. But I want self-determination. I'll tell you something. What do you want, slave? See, I want the right, and will have the right, to self-determination. I want my birthright back. I want peace of mind, something that was taken by force from me, and I shall have it back by any means necessary. Now, if you ever heard of the Stoic philosophy, supposed to be a Greek and Roman type philosophy, which all was stolen from Africa or ancient Egypt, okay? This is for self-edification. The fact that I want the right to have self-determination and my birthright back and peace of mind. You see, self-edification is the process of improving oneself by gaining new knowledge, which really is old knowledge, stolen from us, and we reclaiming it. And it's also us reclaiming it, experiences, and exposure to new ideas. You see, I'll tell you something. Spirituality has been here since the dawn of time, and it is designed to improve you in some way, whether morally, educationally, or spiritually. In the 21st and 22nd century, men speak only of religion so that they could continue to feast on the flock. That's how they get rich. Do you know what the Roman Catholic Church is worth? The last thing is, how can a man or a people who are spiritually bankrupt teach me or you about spirituality? But you see, He can teach you about religion because he is religiously rich. And where did he get his riches? Off the backs and the labor of people of color and even his own people who are not part of the inner sanctum. Sanctum means a private place from which most people are excluded. I'm going to tell you something else. You want separate but equal? You want equality? Here's a man that's going to tell you about it.
Equality has nothing to do with whites. We don't want to be equal with the white man. He's not the criteria or yardstick by which equality is measured. He's not in a position to tell us we are equal. Equality means the opportunity to develop all of our dormant potential, all of our dormant capability. And in developing this dormant capability, the right and the ability to stand on this earth on some land of our own and bring about a civilization and a society in which we will be completely independent, complete freedom to take care of the needs, to take care of the wants and the likes and the dislikes of our people, to establish our own nation, our own society, our own heaven. Equality has nothing to do with whites. We don't want to be equal with the white man.
Yes, there's no such thing as equality. There's a perceived notion of equality. Why would I want to be equal with someone else that would make me and him a clone? I would like to be able to act in a way that would allow me to self-determine and for me to excel and profit by my mental state, my physical state, my emotional state, and my spiritual state. Today, I was confronted by someone who told me that Jerusalem was not in Africa. There are a lot of places that have been disconnected from the true Africa. But you see, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a clue. You know, they have changed the maps and they've done all kind of things, you know, to have some countries kind of separate themselves, build canals, and do all kind of things to separate themselves from Mother Earth, Mother Africa. But you can't change the tectonic plates under the Earth's surface. But you know, I know better than to argue with somebody about something that I know is true, because I actually function under a statement that Dr. Henry Clark made. And he says, I debate my peers. I will debate my peers, and all others I teach. Now, I know from time to time I might make a mistake or so, but most of the time I try to do my history, and it's from my reading and everything else. And then this same person tried to tell me about the origins of Christianity. And I'll tell you something. Most people just don't know. But that was stolen too. And it was taken from the land that they could not disconnect from Africa, so they outright took it. And every country goes over there as many times and as much as they can to steal the artifacts or the knowledge of ancient Egypt. But you got to remember something. When I say ancient Egypt, Egypt just didn't pop out of some Big Bang theory. She came from another great civilization.